Yeah, something there.
Titanic has a kind of an elegance and a grandeur. The Bismarck is just horror. You look at it and you can imagine in your mind the shells exploding. You can see these enormous scars etched into the steel. You can see where a round came in, and by a round I mean a 1.5 ton projectile going at Mach 2.5. Came in and it just sliced open the roof of the bridge. And it just ripped it open like cheese being cut with a knife, and then blew up and blew the whole side right off the bridge. And you can see frozen in the steel this kind of, yes, it was an epic battle. It was a major turning point in the war, in history, but it's also just a very grim place. There were, I think, 2,000 and some men on the Bismarck, and what was astonishing about it as we got into the history of it was how young most of them were. And they'd all sort of been brainwashed by the Reich, by Hitler, by the Fuhrer, all that, and they all wanted to go and make Germany great, and they were 16, 17, 18, these guys. And they were, I'm sure they couldn't have conceived of what was going to happen. We talked to a couple of the survivors. In fact, a couple of them actually came out and visited the site with us, so that was fairly emotional. And they just believed that they were going to be invincible on this ship. It was so big and so powerful and so thickly armored with the very best steel that Germany could make at the time. It just seemed invulnerable. But on the other hand, they were going out to lay waste to commercial shipping. That was their mission. They weren't going out to get into a gun battle with another battleship. That was not their purpose. Their purpose was to go out and sink ships, to be a predator. And so, you know, there's an innate kind of horror to me around that site. It's a very grim site. You know, I think of it as a monument standing there at the bottom of the ocean forever, as a monument to the folly of war and to the horror of war.